Hello everyone, I'm Alex and welcome back to another Internet Sensation podcast. I just wanted to let you guys know if you want to support the show and get a bonus episode every single week, then you can support us on Patreon, linked in the description below. Thank you very much and enjoy the episode. Hello everyone, I'm Alex. Welcome back to another episode of the Internet Sensation podcast. I'm here with my co-host who's returned, ArthurTV.
Yeah, come on.
Where have you been?
Long awaited return.
Where were you last week?
I actually have no idea.
I didn't
I think
ask.
it was a bit of a last minute, but did you not ask?
No, I didn't.
I think you floated it to me earlier on in the week. You were like, "Do you want to do the podcast with George?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then like, on the day, you were like, I did it last minute without you." I was like, "Thanks, Alex."
He messaged me and went, "Do you want to do it in half an hour?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, there's just no way that you're going to be around, probably." So I mean, I should have asked still, but I was just like, but I also I was sat in call with Lewis, and I was like, "Oh, can you just fill in?" So
very fair.
We just ended up doing it. We just ended up doing it like that instead. It's just
everyone go dislike last week's video.
Yeah, everybody fucking burned out. It was a 1 in 10, so
no,
you gotta win the people back. I want to open the podcast by saying thanks to all the new people who supported us on Patreon. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for helping paying the rent. I'm actually going to the studio
on this lovely studio that we're in right now.
Yeah, I'm going to the studio tomorrow.
That we're making the most of.
I'm going to the studio tomorrow and doing a solo episode there, and we are going to start doing plenty more episodes there. There's just been a lot going on, and I'd rather we get an episode out every week than continuously miss them. And trying to go to the studio, I've been trying to sort the studio out and everything. And last time I went to the studio, we did record an episode and I fucked it up. So that says the kind of state that the studio's in right now.
Shame.
But, you'll see where the money is going, which is on a room that barely gets used. But I'm about to, build a setup in there so we can also go there and start mass churning out second channel videos and stuff.
Nice.
I'm gonna have it properly set up. I swear to God, that's my. It's actually my job for tomorrow is to go and turn it into a proper recording space, so that we could just make as much stuff as possible.
You're an absolute professional. Plug in the podcast second channel.
Yeah,
and
man.
Patreon all in the intro.
Man, that's what we've got to do. I'm sure you guys are already all on that, but that's the beginning. I'm a YouTube genius, you see, Arthur. But talking about YouTube geniuses, have you seen the people on Twitter who do the YouTube threads? I
get them all the time,
mate.
I think it's because I read every single one. A lot of the time, purely out of curiosity, just to see what kind of waffle this random Twitter man is going to come out with.
Have you ever learned anything?
Not yet, but I'm waiting on it. I'm sure I like the only ones I do actively like watching are the Mr. Beast thumbnail breakdowns.
Oh, it's so
where they
funny.
Go raw to the end and you slowly watch him lose his humanity.
This colour is blue because blue is a colour that people like, and that's why people are going to click on this thumbnail. It's like, oh mate, anybody could have, your English teacher when he would go through and explain something oh well, he said the roses are red because it shows his bleeding love for the flowers. You're like, I think he was just making an observation.
Yeah,
that's
a bright red.
That's what those YouTube gurus are like. They're so bad for it as well. George Memula showed me one yesterday when we were recording a video for the main channel, and I wanted to show you it. It is absolutely mental. He linked it to me, so let me see quickly if I can find it. Where is it? Where is this? Where is it? Here we go. I'll copy the image into the chat. Here it is. With hard work, recovery is possible. Hiroshima and Logan Paul. Now, without context, you may think, what the fuck does any of that mean? Let me quickly...
oh, no.
Let me quickly pull up the entire thread. I'm going to read it, verbatim, word for word. Let me just pull it up on the screen so people who are watching the podcast
insane. Fucking Jeremias with his aviators on.
Mate, he's unreal. I fucking love this shit. So, here we go. I will share my screen so you can also read along with this. 10 habits for small YouTubers. If you're a small YouTuber, guys, write this down. Get your notepad out. Number 1, ideas. That's a good start. Come up with ideas for 30 minutes every day. No excuses. Consistency will help generate better ideas. The idea is the difference between 100k or 10 million views. That's true, to be fair.
I love how he's talking to small YouTubers straight away and is shitting on 100,000 views straight off.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy if I get 100k views, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. Number 2, video topics backed up. Make it a habit to check if your next video is interest on YouTube. Check views on similar videos. Yes, that's what I do. That's what normal people do, I think. Which means it's technically, this is good advice so far. I agree with this. This is what I do every day. I do this every day. What's your niche? Consume videos in your niche weekly. This will help you stay on top of trends, find new channels, get inspired by your own channel. This is something that actually is unreal advice. I generally don't think anybody does this. Like, I always think, and I always say to people, when somebody tells me that their favourite YouTubers to watch are not YouTubers in their genre, I either think that you're the top of your genre, or you're hurting yourself. Because you should be consuming what the people are doing around you, you know? Because that's what your audience are interested in. So it's good to be on top of that. It's going to start getting weirder, though. This thread gets worse as it goes on. Networking. Talk to other YouTubers or YouTube-obsessed... Talk to other YouTubers or YouTube-obsessed individuals on a weekly basis. Here's a bunch of YouTube-obsessed individuals.
What the fuck? I did not expect Mr. Beast to be the fourth person in that. I was wondering who these people were.
That's Chad Wildclay, isn't it? Yeah, that's
Who's
Chad
that?
Wildclay. His videos are cringe. That's Daryl Reeves, and that's, I don't know, some bloke. I don't fucking know.
Oh my god.
You know, there's always something to learn from others. That is true, by the way.
To be fair, I kind of like that. That's what I do.
I
do like that.
That's why we've got the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Improve. Try and improve one thing every video. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be massive. Improve 1% every video. You can see massive growth, in my opinion.
I kind of rate that with editing, you know. I mean, it you know,
it's
I
just
think
very
a lot
general,
of people
isn't
can
it?
be like, oh, I'm going to put the same video out all the time because it's banging, but being like, you know what, this time I'm going to try a bit of motion graphics, or this time I'm going to try a better hook.
But the thing is about this, right?
Kind of better.
Yeah, I agree. But the thing about this is that, like, anybody could have written this, and I don't think he's ever made a YouTube video. But that one, that's not a bad thread. I quite like that one. I thought that one was relatively okay. It's, where is it? There's one of them that's just absolutely mental. Here we go. 10 visuals for small YouTubers. This is the one. Never give up. That's Mr. Beast.
Oh, I thought that was Rick Astley. Oh no, that's never going to give you up.
It's never going to give you up, mate.
Oh shit.
Brilliant joke. That's cracking. Yeah, everybody should want to be Mr. Beast. By the way, if you look at Mr. Beast and that's the YouTuber that inspires you, God fucking help this website.
Oh my god.
We know how I feel about what Mr. Beast has done.
That's you over the next.
I think
that's you instantly uninvited from the next take your hand off this Lamborghini and you win it video.
I don't have a problem with Jimmy. I have a problem with people jimmying Jimmy. Jimmy is fine, but it's the Mathew Beams of this world that come from this. It's people like Mathew Beem who I hate.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't really hate them. Their videos suck. Patience. This video has 7 million views since it was published. This screenshot, by the way, I'm pretty sure he stole this from a website. Like, this isn't his screenshot.
Yeah, it could be random inspect element as well.
Yeah, who knows? Struggle. Yeah, guys, you want to be like Mr. Beast and ask children for shout-outs 8 years ago. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's just not normal.
No, that's a good look.
Shouldn't be watching kids in the first place.
Yeah, well, especially not asking them for anything.
To be fair, actually, if you correlate big YouTubers and the amount of time they spend watching children, there probably is actually a trend line there. Not
Mr.
Right
Beast.
reasons.
Mr. Beast is a nice guy. We like Mr. Beast. We just don't like what he's done to the website. By accident, it's not his fault that loads of drop shippers decided to try and emulate his content. Air rack on an island until he hit 1 million. Commitment.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, his videos suck.
He did surviving on a desert island until I hit 1 million views.
I mean, yeah, but isn't that like? I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, I'm not desperate. I'm gonna sit and watch TikToks all day.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this, man. I'm not doing this, and neither are you, Jeremias. Forget motivation. Build habits. Yeah, well, that's just life, man.
Yeah, that's a bit of mainstream.
12 years in the making. 23 million subscribers. Yeah, man.
The iceberg is such a classic.
We love the iceberg. Rome wasn't built in a day. PewDiePie, 4.7k videos, 111 million subbies.
Subbies. 4,700 videos is crazy.
No, he deleted the last one. No,
what was it?
He deleted the Hiroshima tweet.
No way.
Well, luckily we've got it, by the way. One tiny action can completely destroy everything. I learned this lesson when I was taking Alex from other people. My mistake. So what he basically said originally is he compared Logan Paul to Hiroshima in the fact that they were both destroyed and that they've rebuilt themselves. Now, the one thing I always say is Hiroshima was a horrific war crime. And Logan Paul did a YouTube apology. Now, they're not quite the same.
Yeah.
Now, obviously,
both bad.
I also think Hiroshima probably not appropriate to time with Logan Paul. I don't even think he'd be welcome there. So it's I just thought it was fascinating because the thing with a lot of those YouTube gurus is that there's a lot of stuff that I read. I don't know if it's stuff that's new to me, but it reaffirms what I already think, and that makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
I always look at it and I go, if you haven't uploaded a YouTube video, you don't know. And also, we discussed this in the podcast before, so we're not going to go over it again. And I think people really liked it. But there's a big difference between a view and the quality of view. Anybody can get a 10 million view YouTube short. And it's not impressive to me. If you got a 10 million YouTube short like Ryan Trahan does, then I'm like, you're fucking, like, that's sick, you know? Because when I watch a Ryan Trahan video and it gets 10 million views, I'm like, he's in the content, you grow to love him, it's well made, he's cared about it. But when I watch an Airac video, I want to shoot myself in the head. And there's a big difference there. So
I do know what you mean with that. I watched a Ryan Trahan video for literally the first time the other day just to see, and I was like, this is going to be another cringe Mr. Beast wannabe, but his video was so good.
Ryan is one of the loveliest men.
Very likeable bloke.
One of the loveliest men I've ever had the pleasure of meeting on YouTube.
When did you meet him?
I met Ryan a few years ago in LA, and he told me to quit making commentary videos and to start doing what he was doing.
Wow.
Like before the whole thing, and I was like, I started vlogging, but I didn't take it to the level that he did at all. And to be honest, I always believe that it's a lot harder to do that in the UK. You've got Freezy and Chip doing it now, but I think it's hard to get videos like that made because everybody's kind of lazy here, and also I'm lazy.
And the clouds are grey as well. Like, who wants to go outside and film?
It doesn't look as good, does it? Like, when he does his, like, I went down the beach and, like...
Yeah.
You're like, oh, and he's, like, with his metal detector. God, imagine doing that in Newcastle.
Yeah, Tyneside.
Yeah, mate, it's not the same. And I've tried to explain this because I would love nothing more for us to start doing, like, the day out vlog things that we spoke about. And we will at some point. We definitely will start doing in real life videos, but they'll never be more than one every couple months, probably.
Yeah, we walked past a poster of the aquarium the other day, didn't we?
We did actually.
We were like, we gotta go.
We're gonna do it. We are gonna do it. That is the plan, for sure. But it's a lot harder to like do that stuff in the UK. I think people don't understand.
I even feel that with Chris, like, obviously he's got to be in the UK because it's such a big football scene and there's all the boys for that to get Harry and Simon and Will and stuff in the videos. But like, just the fact that 9 times out of 10, he's in the freezing cold and he just, you know, he must look forward to summer so much because when the grey comes, it must just be like, God, I've got a 9 a.m. shoot tomorrow and it's sleeting. Like, just so much less like enjoyable than being in the sunlight.
Right, like visually, like, if you filmed every video with that bright blue sky and the vibrant green grass, what does that do for viewers and
probably views? So much more enjoyable to watch. He's just whisk us out to Dubai every time he films a video instead.
It is a bit fucked though, because I always said this about the vlogging. I was like, can you successfully vlog like David Dobrik, like Logan Paul did, like Ryan Trahan does his videos? Can you do that in the UK as regularly as they do? You could definitely do it once a month, but then YouTube's all about consistency.
The one sunny day per month that we get. Yeah.
I mean, you have to plan everything around that. It's just a lot harder.
Yeah.
The next part we're gonna go on to, I know you were reading about it, which was a YouTube prankster got shot recently. I think it was in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, not a place where you want to fuck with anyone.
I know, of all places.
There are certain places in America where you should be like, I'm going to get shot. And Nashville, Tennessee is definitely high up on that list.
Yeah. Texas, Missouri. I think all the places where you just...
Yeah, where you just fucking leave people alone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you have the article. I haven't actually read it, so I was hoping you could go through it.
Well, none of the articles weirdly said what exactly the prank was, but they all say that his channel is essentially impractical jokes, making people feel uncomfortable, being weird in public, being weird, essentially harassing people, like making people feel uncomfortable, sprinting up to them, throwing things at them, getting up on their tables and chairs, just like pissing people off.
It's not a prank, is it?
In America, where the average person has 19 assault rifles on them at any one time, it's just not a good idea.
No, there's certain.
So it was inevitable, really.
Yeah, there's certain states where you can't try that shit. It's just not gonna go well for you.
And he got shot in the stomach.
Oh, that's awful. Like,
Survived.
luckily he survived, but like,
yeah,
mate, if you're making YouTube videos as well where there's a risk of being shot, like, especially because there's no way the CPM on prank videos could be that great.
Yeah, like the ones I love are like the ones that don't cause harm. Like, you can do a prank video where you're like pretending to be on the phone call, walking past and being like, yeah, I got gonorrhea from my cousin, and seeing how people react. Fine, funny. Have you ever seen that? It's like LAHWF, laugh.
Yeah.
And his name's like Andrew something. And he'll do like awkward handshakes, and he'll be like, where's the library? And someone will tell him. And he'll be like, oh, thanks. And it's just like really awkward. Like, no one's going to shoot you for that. You're not pissing anyone off. You're not ruining their day. They can walk away if they're not interested. Like holding the door open for someone when they're still 150 meters away and watching them awkward jog up to it. Like, any pranks like that, fine, but the ones where you piss people off, it just doesn't make
Nico
sense.
Amalana's a prime example. I mean, they can be risky, but like they're never really like. It's not like he's trying to like fuck with. Like, the reaction isn't just, I'm going to try and piss this person off as much as possible. And it's like there's class.
I guess he did a semi-risk one where it's like he did kind of do that with a leader of the KKK. But one could say he deserved
that's acceptable. I think if you're going to risk life or death over pissing the KKK off, that's acceptable.
Yeah, he'd go down as quite the martyr for that one.
No, exactly.
Actually, I saw one a few years ago, actually, of someone who used to do a robbery prank where people at the ATM, he'd run up to them, point a fake gun or knife at them and be like, give me the money. And someone turned around one day and literally just uppercutted him and knocked him clean out, like completely shattered his jaw. So
good.
You know, yeah, good, yeah. But I don't get why people like watching those videos in the first place.
You've got a few
like,
UK ones,
just
don't
a
you?
dick.
Who's that guy who like went up to Toby and was like, the east to the west shit or whatever that was. It's like
from the east to the west, just kept saying that. Toby was like, I don't know you.
So just leave people alone. Like, and
that
also,
came up on my TikTok
you should
recently.
Instantly, if like you're getting a reaction like that from someone who looks like panicked, you should probably fucking leave them alone.
Yeah, be like, no, don't worry, it's a prank, rather than just keep going. Bizarre.
Yeah, especially people who don't want to be like, you know, I mean, nobody wants to be bothered in public, really.
When we finished Locked In, London Movements used to get people like filming themselves coming up to him being like, I could meg you, I could outdo you on skills all the time. And he'd be like, okay, I didn't say I was better than you at football. Like, you know, I make these videos, like, why'd you have to... And it's such a... You can tell the people that do that kind of stuff are evidently just so insecure. Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, why'd you have to come up to someone in the streets and like be like, I'm better than you, what are you going to do about it? It's so bizarre.
I've had people do weird stuff like that. Like, I've ran into a couple in real life streamers before when I was just like walking down the street, and I'm just like, they're just live on TikTok, and they just like put the camera in my face, and they don't recognize me, and I'll just be like, you're on TikTok live, mate, and I'll be like, fuck off, man, like fucking leave me alone. Like, why? I don't understand what it is, like the obsession of chasing clout, but then there are so many things you could do to chase clout, and to pick something where nobody respects you is like fascinating. Yeah,
it is fun. Quite a sideline, but guess who's do you know who's live TikTok live I was on today?
Who's?
Probably the first time I've joined a TikTok live since we did that video for George. But Wendy Wildhog, it's her birthday today. I take it you saw the cake, right?
Oh yeah, I saw your tweet.
Yeah, so Wendy Wildhog, we did this video. It was on your main channel, wasn't it?
Yes,
where we looked at Wendy Wildhog's TikTok. Such a funny video, and her daughter just fucking loved it and made her a cake with the thumbnail on it, with like edible sugar paper on it.
Isn't that meant?
Which was so cute.
The thumbnail I designed has ended up on a cake.
Yeah, has ended up on a woman in her like 40s or 50s on her cake. But I was like, hey, it's Arthur from the video, from your cake, like, happy birthday. And she was just buzzing. I screen recorded it, so I might cut it up and TikTok it or send you guys it. But it was so sweet.
I retweeted.
What a sweet tweet. Woman.
Yeah,
oh, did
birthday.
you? I was wondering why that banged. That would have been. I saw you liked it. I got the notification that you liked it. So I thought it was from that. But
I retweeted it because I was like, "That's funny as fuck." It was sweet.
I wonder if I guess those kind of things actually don't drive that many views, but I'm guessing because I linked the video as well. I wonder if a few people were like, "Oh."
I think most people would have seen the cake. Would have probably seen the video, I'd assume. But yeah,
that's
that
true.
was
They probably didn't kick on it.
Yeah, that was quite. That's quite cool, man. That's kind of wild. The videos have that, like, somebody would do that in one of the videos.
Good old Wendy.
That's unreal. What else do we have on the topic list? I wrote down the dog, but it's kind of depressing.
I saw you write the dog.
I don't really want to. I don't even know if I really want to bring it up. But mate, living where I live is a fucking nightmare.
Why?
So like, we're like right next to the Thames, so stuff just like washes up. And I looked out my window yesterday, and there's a fucking dead dog outside my window.
No, washed up on the beach.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I can't really tell. I'm not really too sure what it is.
That's so sad. I at least hope that it died, and some weirdo was like, I don't know what to do with the body, rather than it drowned.
I don't want to think of anything, to be honest.
I actually don't know what's worse.
I don't know what's better.
I initially was like, I hope it didn't drown there, but when I said that out loud, that someone tossed a dead body of a dog in the Thames, I was like, maybe that is worse. How bizarre.
Mate, awful. Like, generally, it's fucking...
I used to think
it's so depressing, by the way, like, to wake up to that.
Yeah, because I used to live not far away, like a little walk along the river from the Canary Wharf. And I used to walk along the river to go to the gym, and I was like, I just really feel one day, because you look in the Thames and it's sort of that murky brown, and you're just like, I can just so imagine a dead body just popping up.
There's a lot. Like there's a high chance that somebody like might wash up on the beach, and it's gonna be horrible, and I'm going to scream. I'm terrified.
This is a bit of a niche story. I don't really know why I know this, but did you know in the 1800s a ship sank in the Thames? About half the people on board died. I think it was like 200. Not one of them died from drowning. Every single one died from a disease they caught from being in the water. Isn't that insane? And it wouldn't surprise me if there was a skeleton or two at the bottom of the Thames.
I think there's more than two.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful, man. Anyway, we went to see Super Mario Bros.
Yes, we did. Alex and I went on a date.
We didn't mean to.
We did a little group heist. We
went to a Nike event where we got to watch footballer Erling Haaland talk about being paid loads of money to score goals. And that was very cool. And
paid even more to wear a specific shoe.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, like the contract is apparently maybe one of the most lucrative ever given in sport. So that was cool. We were sat in front of a multi-millionaire. And
sat beside a few as well.
Yeah, we were, to be fair. Plenty of YouTubers.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? Like, number one, thank you, Nike, for inviting us down. We greatly appreciate that. That's always surreal, based on the fact that you're wearing a fucking Adidas shirt.
Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, well.
Well, I'm team Nike, man. I'm team Nike till I die, so the Nike boys look after me very well. In
fact, I'm actually wearing this because this was bought, but for a Chris MD shoot because we went to
Mate, I'm representing, man. I'm representing.
Oh, you actually are?
I
Nice.
am. I swear.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to wear Nike because I have Nike football boots and a lot of Nike stuff. But Adidas were like, if you're coming to the Emirates, you're wearing Adidas. So they gave us this t-shirt.
It's a rivalry now.
They gave us this t-shirt for free. So yeah, there we go.
Well, Nike hooked me up with, so we love Nike.
Yeah, they stole my heart this weekend. I can't lie.
Yeah, is that what you did? What did you do this weekend?
Oh, I meant whatever day we went to the.
Oh, what did you do?
I always think when we did as in the Erling Haaland thing. I always think whenever we do fun things, it's the weekend because that's my brain is still a bit in my 9 to 5 era.
It was Tuesday, wasn't it? Wednesday? Tuesday?
It was just a Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, it was because I remember thinking, put this on my story. And then we watched the Super Mario Bros.
Well,
movie.
I turned up and it was you and George were going, weren't you? And then I walked in and the guy handed me a band and I was like, oh, mate, I'm not going. I'm just like, I'm leaving. My mate's just going in. And they were like, no, you're invited. And I was like, I'm not invited to this. And they were like, no, you seriously are. So I was like, all right. So I get in.
He knew you as well, didn't he? Like,
yeah, I met him before. I met quite a few times. And then I probably watched about 15 minutes of the film and then fell asleep.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, you fell asleep.
I missed the entire fucking film.
George and Arthur, and Alex was to my right. And I think you had said as well to me that you had a late one the night before.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, yeah, and Rufus Rice. What a sweet boy in real life as well.
Yeah, Rufus Rice, what a guy.
I
was just out for the whole film, like completely out. Like I don't.
Oh yeah, so you can't even give this a real critic score because at the end, because you woke up as everyone was applauding the end, which for some reason people do at screenings and premieres, but not
clapping
in
the Mario movie.
They clap at the end, but I think it was it was very aesthetic. The characters were all great, voiced very well. Some funny jokes and stuff, but I think the storyline was just quite basic.
It was very quick from what I saw. It was moving at a pretty fast pace.
It was just like, oh no, Bowser's about to destroy Princess Peach's castle and kingdom. Oh, let's go save them. And like that's the whole plot. There's not really much. There's one or two additional things where Donkey Kong comes into it and stuff.
Kind of like the game.
And they have a bit of race, but not to give any spoilers. That was essentially the plot. I was hoping for a bit more. I don't know. There was a bit of character development and a bit of like, you know, his father's not proud of him because he's a plumber and then is proud of him at the end of the movie because he's a big fighty guy. But, you know, I feel it could have been better. The critic scores were pretty low. But
the audience score was incredibly high though. So fuck the critics. I mean, I think it's a nostalgia
thing. I think it'll be nostalgia carrying those scores really.
Yeah.
But good film. Definitely worth a watch because it's good fun, especially if you love the games. It's like an enjoyable thing to watch. But if you're going and expecting an absolute classic, Shutter Island, Inception, Forrest Gump type movie,
no, you're not
a
getting
sort of
that.
marathon with no, it's not quite.
It's a fun movie to put on.
Not bad. It was fun. Yeah,
it's a fun movie to put on. I mean, I can't really say that because I don't really see it, but
But
yeah, from what I gathered, me and George were quite bored.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, George didn't enjoy it that much, did he?
No, I don't think he did. I don't think he liked it all that much.
Yeah, he didn't seem too enthused coming out.
We were both trying to not fall asleep, really. I failed. But it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really a review person. I see a lot of people on Twitter, love to do their little film reviews and that. And I'm like, nobody's going to go watch a film because of what I said about it. I don't care.
I know.
So
I went through a very short era of doing that on Twitter where I watched a few psychological thrillers and I was like, here's what I thought. And then I was like, no one cares. To get like a tenth of my usual
I'd love
likes.
to watch an ArthurTV film review.
Well, we've just had one. The first ever on-camera ArthurTV movie
film review, man. Yeah, we could get a channel going.
Yeah.
I'd love
Our
to
own
watch
moist
that.
meter.
Yeah, to be honest, that'd be great. I do love those critical videos.
Yeah. Sensation score. That's what it's called.
Oh, that's actually pretty decent,
Every time we watch a movie together, Alex and I will do a sensation
All right,
score on the podcast.
Mario one. What would you give Mario?
I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
From what I saw, I give it about a 6.
Yeah.
Pretty
standard storyline, but plenty of nods to the original game and very pleasant to watch.
Yeah, I like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was all right. The first 20 minutes.
There you go. It was all right. Go buy a ticket now.
Yeah, it was just... I fell asleep. I was clearly bored out of my fucking mind. I was really tired. And those big, dark cinema rooms. And also, we got terrible seats.
Yeah, we, for some reason, went in pretty much last. I mean, they always tend to do this at screenings and premieres. They're like, the event starts at 6 and then the movie starts at 7. So we kind of rock up at 1:45, otherwise we're doing an hour of schmoozing next to the popcorn stand, which is always just way too much socializing. And then they always start the movie like half an hour later. So we were there for a good 45 minutes, but because we rocked up quite late anyway, we were just like, let's go in last. Like, why go in and sit down? And we weren't allocated
Got to go
seats, so
meet everyone as well. You got to say hello to everybody. Like, you go, oh, hello, mate. I haven't seen you since the last premiere. I mean, there's just a lot of that. And then it's just
a
lot of ambling around. God, being invited to these premieres, guys, it's just so much hard work.
Yeah, exactly. It was good fun though.
When it's a good movie, it's great. But when it's something that you're not really that asked about, they fucking drag. Like, I remember I used to go to anything I got invited to, and I realised that policy was making me hate cinema. Because I was like, God, I'm turning up to a film that I don't want to see, and then about an hour in, like, I get like horrifically bad like restless leg syndrome.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so like, my legs were killing me, and we were only 15 minutes into Mario, and my right knee, it was like somebody stabbed me through my right knee. So I was like, I got to go to bed, because if I don't sleep, it's just going to be like, I'm not going to be able to watch the movie, so I'm just going to be sat there going, fuck, I can't concentrate on anything.
Oh, that's the worst. I get inside my own head like that on a flight sometimes. I'm like, I literally cannot go anywhere for the next like 3 hours, and I just want to get up and sprint.
I have the problem, like, even when we're doing this podcast, like, I get it when we're doing the podcast, and I get a lot of nervous energy.
Do you want to go have a little jog around the corridors, and I'll keep the guys entertained?
Yeah, generally I just want to like run around. It's just it can be fucking mad stressful. Like, I hate that shit. Like, it's a fucking nightmare. I suppose, what else can we talk about this week? Twitter is fucked, as always. Like, do you see, for some reason they changed the Twitter logo to the Doge?
Oh, it's just such a it's such a Mr. Beast. What's his name? Elon Musk in his boomer era. So they're two peas of a pod, aren't they? They're cut from the same cloth. But he just thinks he's this epic, funny meme man, and it's just like, Elon, you know, your kids are at home. Go back to them. Stop with these weird... He's also doing like affiliate things. Have you seen this? So if you're affiliated with a company, you're getting a new badge.
Really?
So like, he'll get like a Twitter and a Tesla and a whatever badge, and, you know, just so you can, you know, if you're working for like the government...
Badges is cool.
Oh, I don't know. It's quite cool.
It's
nice to know who
badge,
people are affiliated with, because then you can see the grifters. Because then if people's like, you know, shilling for a specific company, it's like, it's almost like, I kind of rate it because he's got the underlying idea right, that there needs to be like free and open discourse about stuff, and like, you know, he's trying to get to a point where there's like essentially like pure information, where everyone is fully informed about everything. Like, the community notes is quite good, and he's evidently not got complete like totalitarian dictatorial control over it.
Some of the notes have been decent.
Yeah, and they fact check him sometimes. He'll tweet something and the community notes will be like, this just isn't true, this didn't happen. So I do rate it. But then it's like with fact checkers, it's like, you know, who's in control of them? What happens if the, you know,
who's fact checking the fact checkers?
Exactly. The people in the community notes, what happens if they're trying to push an agenda, you know? So you never really can tell.
Yeah, it's just one of those things like with Twitter, it's just like, it's just become such a weird, like, I mean, it was never really a great app anyway. Like, it's just got to a point where I don't gain anything from posting on there. Nothing good anyway. Nothing good comes from posting on Twitter. I only post on there because I feel like you have to stay relevant.
Yeah, it's a bit of a festering pit of despair, isn't it?
All I see on Twitter is people being cancelled, and like people getting in trouble, and like depressing shit. I don't really like. It doesn't really seem to be used anymore for like anything positive. The website's pretty ugly. I'm on Twitter right now. Like, I'm looking at Twitter right now as we're talking, and I'm just like, the For You page is kind of like, the For You page now is just like loads of memes. I'm just getting loads of fucking memes on my For You page. That's all I'm getting, and just occasionally stuff about Chelsea. That's about it. You know?
Yeah. I like it for football content, but yeah, goodness, I don't know. It's he's adding a lot of features and stuff, but it's making it so busy. There's just so much shit going on all the time. And I've just got Belle Delphine completely naked 4 hours ago.
Yep, well,
the Peach is offering power-ups. It's Mario theme. She's dressed like Princess Peach.
Of course.
And she's got a mystery question mark box covering herself.
Yeah, of course she does. I mean, well, she's plays the game. That's what she does, doesn't she? Yeah, I mean, it's just a festering pit sometimes. It's just like, I just run out of energy, to be honest, with the app and the more weird stunts he pulls just to get people talking. I mean, we're talking about it now, but I don't think it's going to encourage more people to use the app. It's just getting a bit boring, isn't it? But like every other tweet currently right now is just some YouTube strategy person. And it's like, go away. You know?
I wonder if this is quite irrelevant, and do tell me if this isn't entirely appropriate for the podcast. But ever since we started doing the group videos, the number of OnlyFans creators that follow me and interact with me has like skyrocketed.
Has it actually?
And I wonder where it comes, because it's not as if it's like linear where it's like, 1 in 1,000 people are OnlyFans creators. So if you double your viewership, obviously you double the number of OnlyFans creators. But literally over the last month, like I'd say a 10% increase in my following has probably multiplied the number of OnlyFans creators that like will reply to my tweets and stuff by like tenfold. And I wondered if that's something you've noticed in your own audience. Like, do you get a lot of OnlyFans creators that message you and stuff?
I had a lot of OnlyFans creators message me in general, to be honest.
Oh, so. But you don't check your DMs and notifications that much.
Well, I do get a lot of people from that, but I don't know if it would come from me or if it would come from, I don't know. I'm not sure, to be fair. That's kind of funny though. That's it's a byproduct of the group videos.
It's nice because every now and then, like, one will reply or like, and because they've got like 200,000 Twitter followers, I'll just get like one of my random videos will just get put on a load of people's timelines. So definitely not complaining, and obviously absolutely no judgment to their work. I just wondered where the trend line lately was coming from, and whether it was
They love you, mate. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's great to know. It's great to know. That's
I think they love the whole Chaos crew.
They must do, They just got a text
I like being able to say that without having George just rolling his eyes.
Yeah, go mental. I just see the text from Cam in the group chat. It's mental how many edits we've been tagged in on TikTok in the past couple of days.
We love the edits.
Has CapCut got an offer on or something?
Someone posted your tweet as a slideshow. They're like, love it. They're like a love story in 3 slides, and it's George trying to kiss me, which you annoyingly
That is one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed, and I'm devastated that I can't get the audio from the live photo.
How come?
I don't think it has it.
Oh, live photo. I thought it was a video.
Well, the live photo takes like a 5-second video. It was just you, like the scream you let out was hilarious, and like, I wish I had it.
It's someone. Where is it?
So funny.
Where was it? But someone essentially reposted it just on TikTok, and it got like thousands of likes.
Wow,
which is insane. For a TikTok, like usually the edits don't get that much. So it got 33,000 likes, and it's just the
what from the screenshots of the tweet,
and it's literally just the screenshots tweet. It's got 200,000 views.
Wow, we're massive, guys. We're
just
massive.
Insane.
Keep them coming, guys.
They've hashtagged I'm Alex, so there you go.
Thank you for that.
Nice. Arthur is so boyfriend.
What's in the hashtag? How many views does the I'm Alex hashtag have?
Oh, mate. 68 million.
Really?
That's ridiculous.
How
many has the ArthurTV one got? 10 million. Jesus. 10 million, to be fair.
What about Chaos Crew? Does that have one?
Oh, I actually want to...
Mate, some of the Chaos Crew ones just have like we've got like thousands of likes. Wild. Like, I'm just looking through these. How do you look at like how many views a hashtag has? Do you have to be on the computer?
You just click. Oh, I'm on desktop, to be fair, but it's in the top right. Yeah, maybe it'll be that.
I don't think I got access to that.
Oh, fair. But yeah, anyway, interesting. A good 68 million people have seen your face on their TikTok.
Probably more, worryingly.
Actually, way more, because I think I never hashtag like Alex or Chaos Crew or anything. I just tag you guys.
No, short form
does
is
the
wild.
same thing.
Short form is mental. Like, I have a video on TikTok which got like 25 million views. Jesus. I just don't even know how it's possible. Like, where is it? My most viewed TikTok isn't even on my main.
You have an alt account.
So are
you Alex SVP or whatever they're called that does all the?
No, it's on I'm Alex Clip. I mean, I actually was getting better likes on that account than I do on the other one. Yeah, here it is. This one, I got a video of 1.2 million likes on TikTok. I don't even know how many views that is.
What are you doing in it?
It's just a reaction video. It's like a clip from a reaction video. It's got 1.2 milli likes.
Did it pump the original video, or was it hard to tell?
I think the original video is on the second channel, I don't think it's even on the main. Let me see if I can find it. It's cool. It's Bald Beth. It's on the second channel. It's got 267,000 views, so it didn't even do that well. This was when I was in my
the TikTok getting more than the actual...
crazy mental breakdown era when everything in the room was purple. This video was weird.
When everything was purple, including your hair.
My hair was bright red.
Are you ever going to dye your hair again? Are we at the end of that era?
No, I'm out of my mental breakdown era. I'm trying to stay mentally stable. I mean, I've got painted nails, so we're failing.
Is that as far as it's gone? Because do you remember when like whitey silvery hair was really big in the Premier League? Like Nasri had it, Aguero had it.
Yeah, that was a look though.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Probably wouldn't be as cool anymore.
No,
but I came so close to being like, I need this Aguero trim.
No, I'm in my emo phase right now. That's what everybody keeps saying. That's what everybody keeps saying. I've just toned it down.
You've always had a bit of an emo vibe.
Yeah, but that's absolutely valid. I definitely have.
Because of the windswept fringe.
Yeah, we love the fringe, man. We do love the fringe.
George roasted me for having a fringe the other day.
Yeah.
In a mid-video.
I know he did. He did do that. He did roast your own fringe.
Although I do think I roasted his hairline first. Which I thought he wasn't going to slap back at because he's probably got the best hairline in the group.
It's undeniable. I think he probably does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting hairstyles going on.
Yeah, there is. I just like the do-rag banter.
The do-rag is the best part. We love the fucking do-rag. We should all buy one.
Cam's big on that at the moment.
I need to buy it.
If we actually did a video, that would
Everybody
be so
with
funny.
do-rag on would be great.
Everyone with the do-rag on.
I feel like we'll end up like the Sidemen and get cancelled.
I guess it depends whether it's appreciation or
or appropriation. Who knows which one? Well, I think that's the end for this week's episode of the podcast. Because it is 10 o'clock and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't sleep today, so I'm very tired and exhausted. Friendly reminder, there's a bonus episode available on Patreon. By the time this one goes up, it should already be up on there. Forgive me if it isn't. I've got to go to the studio and shoot the whole bloody thing. I might end up doing it from home, depending on, I've been quite ill, so I'll do my best, but I want to do it in the studio. I want to start making it worthwhile, and getting as much content shot there as possible. And I'm going to set it up and do it all up so we can start recording videos from there as well. So that'd be quite cool. But much love for all the support, guys. Thank you. And if you enjoy the podcast, there's other episodes, you go watch them. Check out Arthur, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Peace.